Hello, everyone, to this gathering of the Sisters of the Rose. And I'm Anümani Santos, and I'm here with my soul sister and rose sister,
Pamela Jane Durand. It is an absolute delight and joy to be here this evening for us on the 22nd of September, the autumn equinox in the Northern Hemisphere. Yes.
And Pamela, why don't you go ahead and speak about the equinox, and then we'll go into some other conversation about the retreat.
Yeah. Well, it has been an amazingly expansive week. I'm sure everybody, wherever you live in the world, you are feeling this. We in the Northern Hemisphere are coming into the time where we're leaving the warmth and the light of summer behind us, coming into the time of autumn, where it becomes more of an inward, reflective journey for us as the weather outside gets a bit colder. And this equinox, this autumn equinox, the themes that were arising as I was in meditation this morning, of course, balance and harmony as we integrate this greater darkness that's coming as we leave the light of the summer behind, but also a huge amount of the harmony and the harvest, and thinking about what an incredibly, huge summer we all had. And that for all of the clearing and the transmuting we've been doing, all of the time spent doing the inner work, the shadow work, all the time in the valley, this past 2 days, I don't know if you've been feeling it, Anümani, but I have felt this magnificent shift into this opening light, that we are really coming to claim and harvest all that we have purged and cleared. There is this beautiful pearl of light in all of our hearts that's arising. So I feel like this autumn equinox is more powerful than any I've ever felt before. And I know that we're coming into this time together to really and truly step into the shoes, the big shoes that we were given when we chose to come into this this particular incarnation. We knew it was not going to be an easy path. As my wonderful mentor, spiritual mentor, used to say to me many moons ago, when I would just kind of go, "Oh, I never knew it would be this hard." She was German. She would say, "This path is not for sissies." So, we have all been claiming our warrior garments. And the feeling that came to me this morning was putting down the sword of division and duality and defense and despair, and picking up the rose of unity and beauty and this immense love that's here for us. So I think it's an amazing time of expansion.
Absolutely. And I think we've all been feeling the intensity and acceleration of the energies. And I love what you were saying, Pamela. It just reminded me of my guides saying or talking about grace, and really surrendering to the grace that comes up through that pearl of light that you were speaking of. And when I think of grace, I think of the rose. And if you can see the rose that's on the screen, the image with the light codes, and it's eternal light in the center, and the unlimited, it just has no beginning and no end. And when I think of the rose, when I think of the retreat and this temple of divine love that we are going to be entering together, and each of these sessions that we've had on social media, really to continue building the momentum and the energy for the retreat, just can feel the grace and all the beautiful beings and goddesses, the Christ consciousness that is waiting for us, that is, I believe, what we will experience at the retreat, and really just surrendering to that grace despite everything that's happening around us. That grace is available to all of us when we surrender in our hearts and let go of the parts of our mind and our ego that are trying to keep us from that grace. And we do it with love and just stepping into. So I look forward to experiencing that with everybody, stepping through that doorway of grace at this retreat.
Yes. So we received the name for this women's retreat at the end of October, October 28th to 30th, in the beautiful Blue Mountains area near Collingwood, Feversham, Ontario. We received the name the Sisters of the Rose, and then the subtitle, Entering the Temple of Divine Love. And I love what you've said about this grace that is generated from this place of often deep, personal and planetary constriction, the challenges, the bringing us into our core self, where everything else is stripped away. This time that we've been in, this great polarity and duality of the past couple of years, where we have been alone a lot of the time on platforms like this. It's brilliant that we can have Zoom and Ecamm and all of these platforms where we can meet, but there is nothing like being together in person. And I think that word grace that you're speaking of, when we were called to create, to co-create this women's weekend, is that there is so much of this grace that when we come together, we amplify each other's wisdom, we amplify each other's intuition, the gifts that we've all come here to share and to bring. It's amplified by being present with each other. So I'm so looking forward to being together and being in this deep relaxation, rejuvenation, rest. It's going to be a combination of activations, transmissions, heart sharing, a deep opportunity to come as you are, bring your weariness, bring your inspiration, bring wherever you are. And we've really set the intention to gather in this space of grace all that we need now to support each other going forward as way showers, as earth angels, as however you want to call yourself, if you know, a light worker, a dark worker, but someone that's really come here at this time to show up and be a lighthouse. Because I think the times are going to get more turbulent as more truths are revealed. So we are here to charge each other's battery, to be in joy with each other, and to encourage the courage of the light warrior, because it is not a path for sissies.
I love that. Yes, and to continue on that, Pamela, I love what you're saying. As light workers, we need to have the courage to meet the places within us that need more love, and that's what we want to create at that retreat for each of you, to bring so much love into the space that you have the courage to go into those places that are calling for you because they want to come home. And I think of this work that we do together is really bringing home the aspects of our soul that we need to support us so we can hold more light. And we want to do that for each other. So the sacred feminine rising through this energy of the rose and the Marys And all of that Christ consciousness is available to us and is part of what we will be transmitting throughout this retreat.
Oh, beautiful. And I want to say how excited I am that you're coming to Canada. I feel so lit up today. I feel this incredible joy. We actually have never met in person, which seems crazy because we have been so deeply connected over this past 12, 15 months. And so, Anümani, you're based in the Philadelphia area?
Yes,
In the
near
US?
Philadelphia. Yeah, about
Yeah.
40 minutes south of Philadelphia. Yes, and I'm so excited to meet you in person as well, Pamela.
Yeah. And I want to say to everyone who's watching, we have half the spaces spoken for. So there are 5, 6 more spaces available to whoever is being drawn to listen to this or may come back to the replay. I want to say from my heart to have the opportunity to bask in the beauty and the the profound vibrations and the tones and what Anümani channels. I'm part of Anümani's Portal of Love, and twice monthly we receive these profound activations where Anümani channels this, wisdom, different beings of light, goddesses. I'm sure for this retreat it will be Isis and Hathor. You can fill us in on that. But I just want to say from my heart, I have felt in the past year an amplification of my soul's purpose being in your presence.
Thank you, my sister. And I just want to, continue with that just to say how much I love your voice. And if you haven't heard, Pamela singing, go to her YouTube channel. And she's got a beautiful song, Love Is All, which has, I remember when I saw the image of the angel in the video, and I just got so emotional because I felt your voice just calling me home to that deeper place within the heart. And that's what this is all about. It's about amplifying the love that we already are, awakening it, expanding it, opening this space so we can bring more of our heart back home to just radiate the purity of what we are capable of holding.
I heard that in you the first time I heard your voice, and we both carry, we recognize this in each other, that we both carry this, the song seed of the great mother love. And we've spoken about this at length, you and I bring it to whoever is listening today, that in past lifetimes there would have been schooling, mystery schools we would have attended, and we would have become initiates. And it was a deep process to earn the title of priestess or to carry out these sacred rituals. And I have to say, in this lifetime, there is such a mystery in the knowing that we carry. And yet, those of you who are listening and you just know to your bones that you've been carrying out ritual and sacred ceremony and been someone who has been called to bring people together to do this deep and sacred work. And one of my Facebook friends that I think recently introduced you to, Anümani, is Judith Kuzel, who lives in South Africa. And she wrote today, actually, about this, about the ancient times when in the ancient mystery schools, initiates were well aware of the stringent tests they would need to pass in order to gain the ultimate access. With each initiation, the inner knowing emerged, and with it, the deep inner trust in this inner guidance, the knowing of the soul itself as intimately connected to the divine. And this is the work that you and I are here to bring forth as well. It is a vibration, an energy, the divine sound. So she says that for those that carry this power of love in whatever form and ways, For as those uninitiated would never understand or have access to, for whoever is chosen to walk such a path or follow such a calling will be tested to the core, and all which is not the purest of the pure stripped away. It is a cleaving open of the heart and higher heart, more than all of this falseness or untruths. When the soul is stripped naked, only the divine remains. I feel like this deep initiatory process, anyone who has lived a life, this lifetime, where possibly you've had deep initiations through physical illness or emotional challenges, relationship challenges that have taken you to your core, what we know is that at the heart of this is a love so profound that when you've been brought to your knees, it is that energy of the great mother love that has allowed you to rise even more strongly. And as you heal, it calls you. I just have shivers coming all the way up my crown. It calls you into the space where you want to be of service to others, to help others. So this is what we are doing with this retreat, and we want to invite you to come and play and bring your fullness and your frailty, bring all of you to the
Beautiful,
circle.
Pamela. Yeah, and I've been getting visions. I've shared with Pamela of there's a lake behind the property, and and it's interesting. My masseuse, who's very intuitive, got a vision and said, "Oh my God, I see all these angels around this lake," and I too have received visions and seeing goddesses, and I work with a lot of different deities and beings and ascended masters. And I saw, Isis is one of the deities I work with, and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene were all part of that collective group that, I saw around the lake. And the vision I had was of me in another lifetime, but I was standing in front of that lake, and I was a Native American, and there was a totem, and there was a thunderbird up on the first symbol that I saw was the symbol of the thunderbird. And thunderbird represents thunder and change and transformation and transmutation. And that is what, we will see at this retreat. I shared with Pamela I wanted to pick an oracle card today for those watching now or watching the replay. And there's this beautiful oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell that I'm going to be bringing to the retreat. It's called the Rose Oracle. And so it carries that energy of the rose. And the oracle that came out for today is called Release the Petals, Transformation, Death, and Rebirth, Shedding All Change. It's a little light, so maybe a little bit difficult to see. But it reminds me of that theme of the Thunderbird and the transformation and the change and the rebirth. And so that is part of what we are creating the container for, to deepen more into who we are, to go to the places where we need to bring more love, to bring in light codes and activations. And as Pamela was saying, there'll be rituals and transmissions. And I've been shown some of doing some activations with the rose. And then the other painting, and this is from my oracle deck called the Wisdom of the Soul Oracle, was the music within your soul, which is all about taking back your voice, reclaiming your voice.
Right.
And when you were speaking about the ancient times, and all of us who've been, priestesses and have played many different roles in preparing for this lifetime, many of us had our voices suppressed. our voices taken away or forced to not speak our truth. And sound and, frequency and the music of the spheres and all of that is really being coming forth and rising through the sacred feminine and through the collective, because sound helps to transcend the ego mind and go directly where you need it in your body to help you go to the spaces where more love is needed. So this just feels so timely that we're gathering at this time where everything is being accelerated. We're really being called to step forward, to let go of the patterns that have been holding us back so we can really reclaim who we are, our sacred feminine, our voices, our power, all the things you were speaking about, Pamela.
So beautiful. And just as you were sharing some of the visions that you're having, and as you tune into the space and the beautiful lake, I encourage people, we'll have the link to the webpage for the retreat to go and look at the pictures. This is such a beautiful, just an exquisite property, inside and out. And I too have seen, it's interesting, at the edge of the lake, I had a vision of Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy and compassion, who has such a soft yet fierce grace to her. And on that note, I also saw Kali and Durga, who were there showing up, and they mean business at this time. We are being called into this time to own our true power. And as you were speaking about this, opening the gates to speak our truth and to have the courage to do so, because, for centuries, and in this century, so much of the shadow feminine has prevented us as women from really showing up and shining fully, because there was all of this circuitry, whether it was conscious or unconscious, subliminal, to compete and to feel less than with other women, and there's not enough to go around, and if you shine so brightly, then I can't, or I'm envious, or, all of those old shadow programming pieces. But we're coming into the exalted, the grounded feminine, I keep thinking of the rose, just absolutely blossoming in her fullness and beauty, because it's her blueprint to do so. It's the same with us. So I feel like this is what we are inviting women to come and participate and to co-create with us, is that I see a triad of the heart, the throat, and the third eye, like this beautiful triune of opening the gates to our hearts to express and embody and experience, firstly for ourselves, what it is to feel that more love that you speak of, that incredibly, it's this beyond words experience of the embrace of the Divine Mother, where we are accepted in that universal, unconditional embrace of love. And then the throat chakra, which is this space of expression, it's our receiver and transmitter. And when our heart is open, our voice naturally sweetens. I actually had a very spiritual singing teacher years ago that said, you know what? You want to have a sweet voice, a strong voice. You want to be able to transmit music that will touch people, move them to tears, make them feel what you're feeling. It's actually not so much about your larynx and the voice box. My beloved teacher said, it's about your heart. That as your heart softens and opens and deepens, and you allow yourself to feel the fullness of who you are, that is when you start to vibrate in tune with the divine love you are. And when I see the third eye open, then we have the knowingness, we have the wisdom pieces, and these three, power centers humming together. Imagine the harmony of that triad. I think it's what we're here to do.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. So, Pamela, I thought maybe because I was feeling the energy of the Sisters of the Rose, maybe to bring that in, and maybe I'll do a little bit of sounding, and then I know you were going to do a song as well.
Sure.
So we can
Beautiful.
start with some sounding and then move into your beautiful song. So we're just calling in those beautiful Sisters of the Rose and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene and Anna, the beautiful goddesses, Kuan Yin and Isa, Isis, and Kali, Sekhmet, Aphrodite, Artemis, and all the other beautiful goddesses that may want to join us in this moment as they surround us in the Sisters of the Rose, in the inner circle, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Anna, the first circle, and around both of those circles, all these goddesses that are present as we anchor in this space, divine love, the eternal flame of our divinity, opening our hearts and our higher hearts to that which was seated within us. Enati sore nati shinalaitoro, with grace and ease, eternal love, we anchor this space for all that will gather to open their hearts to receive the glory of their divinity, of the light codes of the rose, activating the sacred flame of their hearts as we enter the temple of divine love. Nira setora instetora naesa, oatinda esalatiro, inare tu sarana. And so it is, holding that in our hearts, higher hearts, and opening the doorway for grace to purify our hearts and all that's in the way, that we may transcend and rise up to higher ground, to remember, to know the truth that was seated within us long ago. For that, we are eternally grateful.
Ishkalawa, moke, sikwe, shukme iweka, dondalewi ishkwe ma. In this eternal grace, our hearts merging the light, the golden light of the Christed family emerging through our hearts as one. We are this beautiful I am presence, this effortless love we are, sings us home. Ooh, yeah. I'm inviting you to sing with me. Lay, my sister. And then I will pick up my drum. I want to feel drawn to tone with you a little first. Heart to heart, voice to voice. Ushke wi mesa donde shokomi iwa Doshkwe imewa shoke.
Inaite statuana shetuande si.
Honoring the body, this beautiful temple of skin and bone given to us for this human journey, that as we gather more light from Father, Son, so much light flooding the planet at this time, activating us. Bursts of light, coronal mass injections that are opening our crown, filling us with the richness of this radiance. We are becoming the light. And we root deeply into Mother Earth, giving thanks for our bodies that have come, built to withstand this light, equipped for this awakening, this time of ascension. And we know that this great love we carry within us is calling us home into the remembrance that we are not separate. Not separate from each other, not separate from God, Goddess. Oh, the body remembers what the mind cannot hold. Echoes of love brought in from the cold. The heat of the kiss, the blood as it stirs. Oh, the body remembers what time blurs. I want to live my life to the pulse, find my pain a new home. I want to shed my skin, I want to let you back in, 'cause my body remembers that you feel like home. Oh yes, my body remembers that you feel like home. Oh, the body remembers what the mind has erased. Pain buried deep beneath the layers of disgrace. The wound neath the scar, X marks the place. Oh, the body remembers when the mind ran away, when the silent undertow of the past pulls my mind below. The steady thunder that beats in my chest calls my spirit home. I want to live my life to the bone, find my pain a new home. I want to shed my skin, I want to let you back, let you back, let you back in. 'Cause my body remembers that you feel like home. Oh yes, my body remembers that ishkwe, mokyewe e, sekewa, shikiwi, maewa saka, shoshe, shoshe iwe, shokewi.
Na setu ashindaisa. Beautiful. So we invite all of you to join us in Ontario, Canada, October 28th to the 30th. The early bird is good until September 30th. You can actually make 2 payments if you sign up by September 30th, if that helps you with your budget. And if you have any questions, we also have our contact information beneath the video. Feel free to reach out to Pamela or I. Sending you all lots of love, holding you in the grace of the rose.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Anümani, my beloved sister, for all that you are and all that you bring, and for all who have been watching either with us in this real time or will be coming to the replay. Thank you for being you, for your courage and your presence. And we would love to have, maybe not all of you wouldn't fit, but those of you who feel the call to your bones to join us, we would so be blessed and grateful to have you join us to co-create this beautiful Sisters of the Rose retreat with so much love. We say bye for now. Aho, miigwech,
Love and blessings.
Love and blessing.